Hey, what's up, Spam Sandwich Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. No boo boo card today. You'll see why here in a second. Just sit tight. I'll show you. Be talking about some considered boo boo here in a sec. Want to take a second and talk a little bit more about 151 and the products and whatnot. So 151, the booster boxes are still kind of hanging out, pretty expensive, $180 to $200 on average. Occasionally, you can find yourself a good little deal here and there for that. Some people are cutting them down to like 145, 150. I've seen that. That's awesome. I'm gonna wait for my one to show up. I'm not fucking doing that stuff. I'm not going crazy nutso butso over 151. A lot of the cards in there are really good, but I'm not paying those prices for product. I'll wait a little bit. Maybe the boxes will get a little cheaper. Other options will pop up, I'm sure. But if you're like me, you don't want to really get in the boxes. You can still take advantage of a lot of the cards in the set because, quite frankly, a lot of the cards in the set are dirt fucking cheap. Like, a lot of them really aren't that expensive. Of course, your SAR's got a little bit of value to them, and most of those are actually sitting pretty high. But I think the Mew SAR is the most expensive Pokemon, I believe, and it's a beautiful card. But Erica, she's the bitch that everybody wants in that set, right? Like her SAR. But all things considered, that's not even really like as awful as Iono. Waifu of the year over there, right? It's just, I mean, if you don't want to pay those prices, I actually did something. I bought a handful of cards. I mentioned it in a little bit of video back. I'll show you what I did. Feel free to follow along. I'll show you some of these cards, maybe just show a little bit because no one else is going to fucking talk about these cards. No one else is going to be like, oh, I like these cards because they're not the big hits and stuff, but I purchased full arts from that set. So, hey, let's talk about some underappreciated cards in the set usually, especially in modern sets nowadays. Full art cards. Alright, so instead of going super nuts to butt for product or anything like that, what I did was I ended up buying basically almost all, I bought all the full art Pokemon. I bought a couple of other things too, but it's just, this makes a little bit more sense to me instead of like risking buying like a $200 box, which once again, I warned people was gonna happen, but no one listened to me, and possibly pulling a full art like this, where I bought all of these for less than the price of one booster box. I mean, Charizard right there, he was easily the most expensive, with I think Mew being the second most expensive. But other than that, these were like either $10 or less a piece, and I think most of them were like less than that. Like Jinx, yeah, she was easily the cheapest. She was like $6 or something like that. And that was me paying a little bit for all that stuff and shipping stuff. I'm sure if you were in Japan, you can get it for like fucking $2-3. No one cares about that stuff. But the texturing, I think, for these are pretty cool. I mean, look at that Wigglytuff. Look at the texturing. I swear people don't like them as much because they've looked at the ones in English a good little bit. And I got nothing against people who collect English, but I mean, compare a full art in English to an actual full art in Japanese. It's just night and fucking day. And these cards look fantastic. It's the same with rainbow cards too, man. Like they look way, way better in Japanese. So let's do something real fun real quick. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna arrange these and actually rank every fucking full art Pokemon, because no one else is gonna do it. No one's even gonna talk about these cards. No one's even gonna mention that these cards exist. I saw fucking Big Lee pull that and he's just like, there's Arbok. That's as far as that went. Let's rank these bitches. Let's go 12 to 1. Oh, Possum's 12 to 1 ranking of all the full art Pokemon from fucking 151. In 12th place, we have a Charizard EX. Charizard, just an old lizard that no one likes and is constantly getting beaten in his own game by children. That's what I think is funny. Number 12, I mean, the art's really good. I do like the texture and that stuff too. Charizard is not my favorite Pokemon, so number 12, you sit at, boy. Number 11, Kangaskhan. I don't really have anything against this single mother at all. I really don't, but I mean, I hate this blue background for the Pokemon itself. I'm sure some people will disagree with me a little bit. I do not think this color is that good for the Pokemon. I really don't. Number 10, Golem. There's really nothing that interesting to talk about. I mean, it's all right. Golem's a cool enough Pokemon. Most interesting thing about this card is you can make people mad by apparently pronouncing its name wrong. It's Golem, not Golem. Number 9, Arbok. I don't really have anything against this Pokemon. I actually do think Arbok's decent enough. The artwork is fine. The texture is actually pretty good on most of these ones, especially this one. I just really don't think, I don't know. There's something about how dark Arbok is compared to like the rest of it that doesn't quite super sit well with me. It's cool, but at the same time, it's not one of the better ones for sure. Number 8, Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff actually does look pretty good. Like the color on that stuff a good little bit. Wigglytuff's just never been one of my favorite Pokemon personally. I always thought Igglybuff and Jigglypuff were a little bit better design and a little bit better when it came to the aesthetic. I do like this one though. The colors for that stuff's really nice. It pops really well. Unfortunately, we don't have the fairy typing on it, but it'll be all right. Number 6, Ninetales. Ninetales actually got a pretty good full art in this one. However, it's not my favorite one. I mean, it basically just took Ninetales' skin tone, like its fur tone, It was just like, yeah, just fucking slap that on the back of a card. Meanwhile, in Sword and Shield, Ninetales got a much better full art. I objectively think this one is a good bit better. I'm telling y'all, man, Japanese full art, y'all are sleeping on them. Number 5, Zapdos. Now here's something where the blue background actually fucking benefited a good little bit. I think this one looks way better with that. The yellow and the blue together pops. Zapdos is objectively a super cool Pokemon. Has really good texture in the background, has that little lightning pattern that you can kind of see. Super cool card. I like this one a lot. And it's, I mean, it's really surprising to me. This one's like $7-8. Number 4, Venusaur. This one dead ass reminds me of the cover of like Leave a Green whenever the actual opening screen comes up. This one rocks. I like this one a lot. They did Venusaur really good. I think Venusaur also personally has the best SAR that they made in this entire set. I think that one looks flipping awesome. This one just freaking rocks your socks off, man. Number 3, Mew. Mew is awesome. Like, there's really nothing too much to say about this. The color is great. The background is great. Mew is awesome. They did a hell of a job with this one for sure. Like, this full art freaking slaps. Number 2, Alakazam. Chris Angel mind freak over here, especially with us getting Kadabra back and Uri Geller stopped being a fucking prick about Kadabra. Like, that's awesome now. This one looks super good. It has a badass SAR too, but I mean, the texturing and stuff for this one, and it being like $8, that freaking rocks, man. I like this card. I wouldn't be mad pulling this out of a fucking booster box. And number 1, the real big papa coming out of Gen 1, Blastoise, flipping his big old dick around, putting wherever he wants. This card rocks. Like, this is easily the best full art to come from that stuff. Look how badass he is. Look at that background. Ah, damn. Ah, damn. And then just a couple other noteworthy ones too that are super nice. This AR fucking Nirvana Wartortle looks super awesome. I like it a lot. This Bulbasaur is great. The fucking Beetles walking down the staircase Psyduck is awesome. Like, these were not expensive to pick up at all, but they are super cool. I got a Pokeball Reverse Holo. I didn't see a Master Ball one for Scyther. I'm sure there might be one up now. At the time of me ordering, there wasn't one. Got me a Master Ball leftovers right here. Actually picked up from someone in the community. And then got you right here a Master Ball Ghastly. This one's awesome. It's drawn by Komiya. Man, you'd be dumb not to pick this stuff up for less than goddamn $10. This one was cheap. Cheap full art trainers from the set too. So Daisy, aka, oh, is that Erica? I mean, she was really not that expensive. I think she was like $30 whenever I picked her up. Bill I got for free. Someone just handed me that one. I actually purchased this from somebody and they just threw in Bill. I guess they didn't want this trainer. But this is not expensive either. It's like Faulkner level. It's like $8 for Bill, which is awesome. You're looking at him right here, and he's not even fused to a Pokemon yet. He didn't like human fly himself or anything. Pretty cool. And then right here, like Switch blows my mind. This is kind of cheap because playable trainers like this used to be dumb expensive. Like really, I can't remember how much the one from Sun and Moon was, but it was kind of pricey whenever it came out just because people wanted bling decks. And this one looks awesome. Like, I mean, picking this up for like $20, out of your damn mind, man, for back in the day. That's all I got. Just wanted to show you that you were able to pick up some stuff from 151. You don't got to be a fucking idiot and just pay these dumb prices for boxes. I'm waiting out with you guys. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good one. Bye.